Why would the world's most powerful nation, the United States, risk everything to protect a much smaller country in Southeast Asia, the Philippines, against a rising giant like China? This is not just a question of military alliances. It's about history, strategy, survival, and the future of Asia itself. The bond between America and the Philippines was written in war. From World War II's brutal battles in Bataan and Corregidor to liberation from Japanese occupation, American and Filipino soldiers fought side by side. That shared sacrifice created a bond that neither distance nor politics could erase. At the heart of this alliance lies the Mutual Defense Treaty, signed in 1951. It's simple but powerful. An attack on one is an attack on both. For America, it means the Philippines is not just a friend. It's a partner whose security is tied directly to U.S. credibility in Asia. Look at a map. The Philippines isn't just another island nation. It's the gateway to the South China Sea, sitting at the crossroads of trade, resources, and military routes. Whoever controls these waters controls the future of Asia. For the U.S., abandoning the Philippines would mean surrendering the entire region to Chinese dominance. China calls it the 9-dash line. The world calls it illegal. Beijing wants to claim almost the entire South China Sea, including waters belonging to the Philippines. Why does America care? Because letting China take control without resistance would send a chilling message that international law means nothing. If America failed to act, every ally from Japan to South Korea would ask the same question. If the U.S. won't defend the Philippines, will they defend us? The entire credibility of U.S. power rests on protecting Manila. The U.S. isn't making empty promises. From aircraft carriers patrolling the Pacific to advanced fighter jets landing on Philippine airstrips, Washington is showing China it means business. These are not symbolic gestures, they're strategic deterrents. After the Cold War, U.S. bases in the Philippines closed. But history had other plans. Today, under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, American troops once again rotate through Philippine bases, closer to the South China Sea than ever before. China isn't just using warships. It's sending Coast Guard vessels, militias, and swarms of fishing boats to harass Filipino ships. It's a silent war, fought every day on the waves. And America has made it clear, these provocations will not go unanswered. In 2023, the U.S. made a bold statement. Any attack on Philippine forces, ships, or aircraft in the South China Sea will trigger America's defense commitments. That is the closest thing to drawing a red line with Beijing. Beyond military deals, this alliance rests on shared values: democracy, freedom, and the rule of law. In a region where authoritarian powers are rising, the Philippines and America stand together as symbols of resilience. With millions of Filipinos living in the United States, this alliance is not just geopolitical, it's deeply personal. Families, friendships, and communities link the two nations in a way that China can never replicate. Trade routes worth $5 trillion pass through the South China Sea every year. If China dominated those waters, it would control the lifeline of global commerce. Protecting the Philippines means protecting the world economy itself. The seabed near the Philippines holds massive reserves of oil and natural gas. For Beijing, it's about resources. For Washington, it's about making sure those resources don't become tools of Chinese leverage. Defending the Philippines isn't just about the Philippines. It's also about Taiwan. If China succeeded in bullying Manila, it would feel emboldened to strike Taipei. America knows the two battles are connected. Every American naval patrol through the South China Sea sends a message. These waters belong to no single power. The Philippines, sitting in the middle of this maritime highway, is America's most important partner in keeping the seas free. History whispers warnings. In 1942, America's failure to reinforce the Philippines led to tragedy at Bataan. Washington will not make that mistake again. The memory of sacrifice guarantees that Manila will not stand alone. Polls in the Philippines show overwhelming support for closer U.S. ties. Ordinary Filipinos know that while China offers threats, America offers protection. That public trust strengthens the alliance. Without the Philippines, America's military presence in Asia would be crippled. With it, Washington holds a frontline position against China's ambitions. Geography makes Manila indispensable. The battlefield isn't just on the seas. America and the Philippines are cooperating on cybersecurity, satellite technology, and intelligence sharing. In the wars of tomorrow, this alliance is already preparing. Every year, thousands of U.S. and Filipino troops train together in exercises like Balakaten, which literally means shoulder to shoulder. It's not just a slogan. It's a promise that in war, they will stand as one. The Philippines isn't alone. America's other allies, Japan and Australia, are also stepping in, conducting joint patrols. This creates a regional wall of resistance against China's aggression. Every time a U.S. ship sails with the Philippine Navy, the message to China is clear: intimidation won't work. The Philippines is not alone, and any attack will bring consequences far beyond what Beijing imagines. Philippine presidents may shift in tone, from pro-China to pro-America, but the reality is deeper than politics. Geography and survival ensure that Manila will always look to Washington when the pressure rises. No one, neither America, the Philippines, nor even China, wants open war. But by standing firm together, Washington and Manila raise the cost of aggression so high that Beijing thinks twice before acting. The world is watching. If America defends the Philippines, allies everywhere gain confidence. If it fails, rivals everywhere gain courage. This is bigger than Manila. It's about the future of global order. Superpowers aren't measured only by weapons. They're measured by promises kept. For the U.S., defending the Philippines isn't optional. It's a test of its word. Some call it a new Cold War, with China and America as rival superpowers. If that's true, then the Philippines is one of the most critical front lines. And Washington cannot afford to lose that ground. It's easy to underestimate the Philippines, but history proves otherwise. From World War II to today, this nation has stood at the center of global struggles. For America, Manila is not just a partner. It's the keystone of its Pacific strategy. So why will America always defend the Philippines against China? Because history demands it, because strategy requires it, because values inspire it, and because without the Philippines, America's vision for a free and open Asia would collapse. For the United States, defending the Philippines isn't just a choice, it's destiny. If China were allowed to take territory from the Philippines unchecked, it would trigger a domino effect. Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, even Taiwan would be next. For America, defending the Philippines means stopping the first domino from falling. The U.S. is not just sending ships, it's sending technology. Surveillance drones, advanced radar, precision missiles, and cyber defense systems. By upgrading the Philippines' military capabilities, Washington ensures Manila can hold the line against China's advances. The United States has a vision, the free and open Indo-Pacific, and the Philippines sits at the very heart of it. Without Manila, the strategy collapses. With it, America's vision of freedom on the seas becomes reality. China knows it can pressure small nations one by one. But when America stands with the Philippines, that strategy fails. Beijing's greatest fear is not America's weapons, it's America's alliances. Authoritarian regimes rise when democracies fall apart. That's why Washington views the Philippines not only as an ally, but as a democratic shield against the spread of authoritarian influence in Asia. Military analysts often describe the Philippines as an unsinkable aircraft carrier. Its islands provide natural bases for U.S. jets, ships, and submarines. Whoever controls the Philippines controls the skies and seas of the region. America will never surrender that advantage. Imagine if America turned its back on the Philippines. The message would be devastating. Allies can't trust Washington, enemies can outlast it, and the rules-based order is finished. For the U.S., the cost of abandonment is far greater than the cost of defense. It's not just America defending the Philippines, it's the Philippines defending itself. Filipino fishermen, soldiers, and Coast Guard crews resist Chinese intimidation daily. That courage inspires Washington to match it with military strength. Asia is the world's economic engine. The South China Sea is its bloodstream. If China dominates it, the world changes forever. Defending the Philippines is defending the very future of Asia. At the end of the day, one truth stands above all. America and the Philippines are bound by history, law, strategy, and values. China can push, threaten, and intimidate, but the promise remains unbroken. For the United States, defending the Philippines isn't just about geography. It's about honor. And honor, once pledged, must be defended at all costs. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.